So the New York Times Dealbook Summit, it was quite an interesting piece now, wasn't it? Because we had Elon Musk saying what he said against Bob Iger, Disney, and all of the advertisers that have been pulling away from his platform X, previously known as Twitter. And there's a lot of things going on ever since then. We know that Disney Plus subscribers are leaving that streaming service in droves right now. And there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors between the board of directors over at Disney and CEO Bob Iger. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, the thing about Bob Iger, and I've really put this forward out there multiple times, is that this man will say whatever he has to say to string along the shareholders and the customers, as he likes to call them, right? He'll never call them fans or fandoms of those specific franchises out there like Marvel, Star Wars, etc. He always likes to call them customers, right? Loyal customers or dedicated customers, whatever it may be, and he talks more about that. But what's interesting about Bob Iger has a lot to do with the Disney boycott that is actually running rampant right now on all fronts. We're talking about the Disney parks around the globe, the other business models like ESPN, Hulu, Disney Plus, and let's not forget about, of course, the ongoing failures at the box office as of late, such as the Marvels and Wish. Now, what's interesting all the more so has a lot to do with Bob Iger and what he had to present to everyone about his stance on how everyone believes that there is a Disney boycott. Now, I've talked about this before. I do believe that there are fans that are pretty much driving away from Disney and want nothing to do with them anymore. I don't really know if you could really call it a boycott at this point. It's more or less of a disinterest where people are just really having no kind of interest in this overall company at all anymore. But let's move into the actual specifics. Now, with Bob Iger currently attempting to course correct Disney after their endless box office failures for 2023, one major development has to do with Iger's response to the Disney boycott around the globe. Now, Iger went on to deliver the following. We here at Disney have noticed a rise and uptick in those attempting to convince others that the majority of our customers are unsatisfied with our services, business models, and forms of entertainment. As CEO, it is my responsibility to keep the transparency for all of our divisions here at Disney. After much research, we have come to the conclusion that there is no such activity that would showcase any signs of what many groups are calling a boycott against our services. We have not noticed any kind of significant decline in our products or services to our loyal and valued customers around the globe. To those claiming that a so-called boycott does exist, we ask everyone to let our products speak for themselves naturally as we gather our data for the months to come for our parks, films, television programs, and more. Our analysts have come to the conclusion after carefully examining our data that there are also no signs or subtle differences that would suggest a disinterest in our products even in the near future. We can safely and confidently present the facts that those that are unsatisfied with our performance and services for our business models and entertainment are nothing more than a loud minority. Though we do look to improving our Marvel projects by focusing on less sequels and a complete new roster of creatives to lead those projects, we have going in the works right now. Other than that, some minor inconsistencies. We have no data to suggest that there is a large enough pushback against our products that would lead us to hold any kind of concern in the short and long term at this point. Now, guys, before I get to what he has to conclude here, that's very much revealing, we know that Bob Iger is going to say a lot of things. He's going to lie about many different divisions of Disney that are failing. Number one, Walt Disney Animation Studios is pretty much in financial flames right now. We know that Wish really created a major hit for them to the point where Bob Iger literally fired many different employees from different departments within Walt Disney Animation Studios. We covered that about a day or so ago, and it really is very revealing when you have Bob Iger endlessly trying to defend Disney at all costs. The thing that I did like about Bob Chapek, and I'm not defending him at all, by the way, I still believe he was a very bad CEO, not as bad as IGER, but he would at least, at times, admit his own failures on and off. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he did it a couple of times in certain instances where he did admit that, yeah, things are wrong here, this needs massive improvement, things really shouldn't have been done this way in the years past. And so now we have IGER really just putting this mask on, like everything is all fine and dandy and working out perfectly for Disney. In reality, it's not. You know, we know that at the same exact time, a lot of fans have given up on Marvel, especially have given up on Star Wars. I mean, myself included, you know, it really took a long time, to be honest with you guys, but eventually it kicks in where you realize that there's no turnaround with a franchise like that that has gone through so much damage. Now, he goes on to conclude, alright? So, to answer this more thoroughly with reassurance, no, I don't think we have any concern of a quote-unquote boycott on our hands for any of our business models. We have seen nothing but great statistics coming in from many forms of our business, with the exception of some of our Marvel projects not meeting expectations fully. We are very confident for the years to come where Disney is going, and I will be very happy to make a big announcement by the beginning of next year that I believe will excite loyal customers and newcomers alike. Now, look, we know that Bob Iger got destroyed by Elon Musk, and I think this has a lot to do with that. To be honest with you guys, I think he's going to do whatever he has to do to really make up for that loss by pulling advertising from X. I mean, we got to realize that that's a big chunk of advertising that they're missing out on. And it is a little contradictory to the fact that they are gonna remain on the X platform, alright, with all of their Disney pages or anything related to Marvel or Star Wars, anything affiliated with Disney will remain on X to make announcements, to promote specific current movies and or TV shows, but yet they're not gonna hop on board of advertising. So you could see how Bob Iger at the same exact time is like saying he wants nothing to do with Elon or X, but yet at the same exact time he is using the service. So again, a lot of CEOs of many different productions out there and studios are doing that. It's not a big shocker, to be honest, because they realize that that is a very big piece of really marketing your products. So there's a lot of things going on here. I think that there, yes, is a boycott per se, but I think even more so, there's a disinterest where people just flat out don't care and have no hope about where Disney's going anymore. You know, very much indifferent, a lot of people around the globe. And that's really not good. When people are that disinterested in the company, that's when you have trouble. That's when you have a lot of trouble on your hands about making a rebound in 2024 or 25. We know that next year is going to be very empty for entertainment by Disney, and that's not good for them either. But overall, I would really love to hear what you all have to say about this ongoing drama below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.